Will you lead me to paradise?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Curtis, and today I'm going to review Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 10, Episode 4. Before we get started, I just want to say this really quickly. This episode annoyed the absolute fuck out of me, so if I have a bad tone or it sounds like I have an attitude, that's the reason why. The episode starts off with Maurice and Marcel going back and forth about the way that Maurice treated Jalen and the fact that Marcel felt like Maurice was a golden child growing up. Maurice calls bullshit on this. Kimmy chimes in and tells the group that she also feels like Maurice Jr. is the golden child. Marcel chimes back in and tells him that Jalen told him that Maurice treated him like a red-headed stepchild. Maurice counters this by saying that he treated Jalen the same way that their parents treated him and Marcel. Marcel calls bullshit on this and says that he should have just simply built a relationship with Jalen growing up instead of treating him like shit. Kimmy goes into her confessionals and says that she is happy that Marcel is calling him out because Maurice only listens to people who are meaningful to him. And I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Kimmy, are you saying that Maurice does not find you to be meaningful and that he does not value your opinion when it comes to your son? Is that what she was saying? Let me know in the comments. The following day, Maurice, Marcel, and Jalen meet to discuss Jalen's comments about Marcel being the father figure and also about him calling Maurice a dictator. Jalen tells Maurice that he feels like he's at the bottom of the totem pole. Maurice counters this by saying that he feels like Maurice Jr. is actually at the bottom of the totem pole. Jalen counters that by saying that while Maurice Jr. is at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to overall knowledge, he feels like he's still above him when it comes to everything else. Marcel chimes in and tells Maurice that he feels like there's a double standard when it comes to the way that he treats Jalen and the way that he treats his actual son, and Jalen agrees. Maurice apologizes, and then the three of them, they continue to talk, and then Jalen lets them know that he actually accepted that position in Colorado and that he will be leaving at the end of the month. Trish and Nell meet up to discuss Trish's upcoming 38th birthday party and the dinner that they had with Tisha and Kimmy the other day. Nell asks Trish if she invited Marquez and Martel to the party. Trish tells her that she did not invite them, nor does she expect them to show up. Nell brings up Tisha and the fact that she feels like Tisha is a hypocrite because she loves to talk about other people's relationships but refuses to talk about her own. Trish tells her that she does not believe that Tisha is comfortable enough to talk to Nell about her personal business. Nell calls bullshit on this because they are on a reality TV show, so therefore you have to be willing to talk about what's going on in your personal life, regardless if you're comfortable or not. Trish asks Nell if she believes that Tisha and Kimmy had a conversation with their husbands about the live that Martel did, and Nell says of course they did, and I believe so as well. Trish goes on to say that she believes that Kimmy and Tisha will open up eventually as time goes on, and I'm just like, I don't really think so. Martel and his mom meets at a breakfast spot, and he tells her that he's going to let his child's mother move into his investment property because 1, he owns the property, and 2, he will not have to pay anyone rent, and I personally think that that is a good idea. I mean, why pay somebody $1,000 to $2,000 a month when you could just move her and the kids into a property that you own? Martel's mom asks him if he plans to marry her, and he says yes, and I'm just like, is this just for a storyline, Martel, or are you really considering marrying this woman? Martel's mom brings up the live that he did, and Martel tells her that he did that because he felt like his back was against the wall when it comes to Maurice and Marcel. He goes on to say that he has more information on this too, and I was just like, okay, Martel, brother. Unless you have videos of these two fucking somebody else, and when I say fucking, I mean you can see their face, you can see everything that's going on, I don't want to hear anything else about them allegedly cheating. This storyline is old and tired. It's giving Mama Joyce's wig at this point. It's another the party, and we see that Letitia, Marcel, Kimmy, and Maurice have made it first. Maurice and Marcel tell the ladies that they plan to confront Chris about the comments that he made about them having women sign NDAs. Chris and Nell arrive, and Maurice and Marcel actually greet them without any issues, so I was just like, okay, the producers must have told them to wait until Ken and Trish arrive before they start to go off on them. So after this, Trish and Ken, they do arrive, the group greets them, and I was like, okay, let's get into the mess. Alright, so there are two conversations happening at the same time, so I'm going to try to group them together to try to make it flow easier. Starting with the ladies, Tisha tells Trish that she feels like Trish has 1 foot in, 1 foot out when it comes to Ken, and I was just like, what? Not because it's not true, but because it seemed like it came out of nowhere. Nell jumps in and tells them that Trish is fully committed to Ken and that she wants to marry Ken. And speaking of Ken, he is having a conversation with the guys, and Maurice tells him that he is the bad guy because he's fucking somebody that's married. Ken tells them without telling them that he does not give a fuck about that, nor does he give a fuck about their opinion. Back with the ladies, Nell tells Kimmy and Tisha that she does not feel like they are being transparent. She tells them that they continue to bring up her family but become guarded when she asks them about theirs. And then Tisha was like, and we will. And I was like, where the fuck is this energy coming from? Nell tells her that she does not mind them asking about her shit as long as they're willing to talk about what's going on in their lives. Kimmy asks Nell if she believes that Maurice and Marceau are cheating on them. She tells them that that is not for her to answer, and I actually agree. Tisha chimes back in and tells Nell that she is not going to speak on Marceau cheating because that is not something that she has gone through. She goes on to say that if he did cheat and they decided to move past it, then she would have shared it with the group, and I do honestly believe that. Nell continues to say that she does not feel like they are being transparent. So Tisha decides to bring up the fact that the streets are saying that Chris cheated on her. Nell says that this is not true, and I just want to point something out really quickly because I feel like Kimmy and Tisha are missing Nell's point. Nell is not saying that Maurice and Marceau are cheating on them. She is saying that she does not believe that they are being transparent about their thoughts and feelings about the lie that Martell did. It's two different things. Back with the guys, Maurice and Marceau confront Chris about the comments. Chris, he makes up an excuse and they decide to let it go. And there was more that happened after this, but I'll be honest with you all, I checked out of this episode. I do apologize. I want to thank you all for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. As far as this show goes, I'm not really sure if I'm going to continue to review this show on a weekly basis. I will watch next week's episode to see how it goes. If I like it, I will put out a review. If I'm not really feeling it, then I'm going to skip that week. I really do, like I said, appreciate you all watching. If you could, please like, comment, share, subscribe. That would be great. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.